All right, hey everybody, it's Lejay, the luxeoracle, astrologer, strategist, and spiritual guide. So I want to talk to you guys about self-concept. If you are in the law of attraction, law of assumption community, you may be familiar with the aspect of your self-concept, right? How you think about yourself, how you talk about yourself. And really it's about how you talk about yourself in here, right? And you can train yourself to talk about yourself in a positive way up here. But for some people, that's like step 3. So we're going to go back to step 1. You really have to evaluate how you talk about yourself. Your self-concept is like a part of your self-esteem, right? Like you can think, oh, I'm a pretty girl. But you could think, no one ever pays attention to me. Like that's like the voice that's going on in your head. And so even though you're beautiful, you're well dressed, and you know that you have great conversation, if part of your self-concept is no one ever wants to talk to me, when you go to a networking event or whatever, you might be sitting there alone because that's what you've conceptualized about yourself and your experience here on this earth, right? So self-concept, you really this, if you can get your self-concept together, you can really get whatever or whoever you want. It's really about believing that you can have it, but also believing that you're supposed to have it, right? And that's something that has to be like built if it's not innate. So this is why people who you may be like, dang, they get everything. They was born to a rich family. They have this, they have that. They've been with the same person all this time, and they don't be cheating on each other, and they have all, they don't ever get sick. Like that's because during their formative years, there was nobody talking against that. Like we're all supposed to have whatever we want. We're all supposed to live in abundance, right? But somebody who's never had to worry about money is not going to grow up and start worrying about money. Not naturally. Something can happen to cause them to do that, but they're not going to naturally do that because they've never had to do it. Versus somebody who has always been worried about money their whole life, when they become an adult, they're going to still be worried about money, and they're going to have to train themselves to walk in abundance and stop worrying and stop living in anxiety about money so that they can have the ease maybe that somebody else has that doesn't have those blocks or have those mental states. It's really all about your mental states. Everything is about your mental states. Like I've said some of these things myself, okay? Like, oh, I never get the opportunity that I want, or I never get the I never get the baller, I never get the blah blah blah, I never get the whatever. And some of those things I was saying out of frustration because I had actually had those things before, but I had gone through a cycle where I guess things weren't moving the way I wanted them to move. And so I started kind of like complaining. And that's how you slow down your manifestations. Because you could change your mind and be like, no. I am going to get that job. And I'm also the next time I date somebody, I'm going to get the rich friend. And you could always change it, right? You could always change it and go back. But every time you go back, it's like you slide back. And you take a few steps back. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to keep taking steps back because you're just slowing yourself down. Because how do you know you're not like 24 hours away, a few minutes away, one more spiritual ascension away from getting what it is that you want, but you're sitting there complaining? Like maybe you've been working on manifesting something and maybe it hasn't come to fruition yet, but you're right there, like at the precipice of it. And then you're like, man, this don't ever work. And you get all mad. And sometimes that works, depending on your emotional state. Like if you completely just say, okay, I give up, and you throw your hands up, that is a form of detachment versus wallowing in like complaining. When you detach, a lot of people have noticed this when they just say, you know what, F it. Like my husband don't want to act right, I'm leaving. Like whatever. All of a sudden, the sun comes out and it starts to work. The only thing that was slowing down your manifestation and slowing down you living the life that you want to live was that you were sitting there saying, oh, I'm so sick of this man. I wish he would just leave. I'm about to divorce him. I know he cheating on me again. Whatever it was you were saying in your head, right? That's what was moving the energy along. So you look at it like every time you say something positive, maybe your toy car moves a little bit further, but when you start to complain, it either stops or it may roll back a little bit. And you start being positive again and it goes forward. It's all about discipline. It's all about discipline. And I'm not going to sit up here and tell you it's easy, okay? I'm not even going to do that. But this is why I coach people. This is why I have a coach. This is why, I have people to hold me accountable, and why people hire me to hold them accountable as well. So I wanted to invite you guys out to get a Lilith Untamed reading, and this looks at your Lilith in your astrology, which is an asteroid that talks about your feminine power, your deepest feminine power, but also how you've been wounded in your feminine and how people have tried to take that power from you. And so how you take that power back is really the game changer. I've seen it with my clients. I've seen it with myself. Money, romantic partnerships, mental wellness. Like, when you embody your Lilith and you live your life by that code of discipline, your life will really shift. It will really, really, really shift. So that's all I have to say. Tap in with me. I would definitely have my newsletter in the description box, so that you can see all of the cool things that I'm offering, so that you can hop in. You can also go to my website, and I have some freebies there as well. So I look forward to working with y'all. I look forward to hearing more about you. I hope this was uplifting for you. I hope that it kind of helped you tighten up on complaining and talking negatively, because we are not here for that. We're here to thrive, and we're here to live in abundance and joy. So y'all have a good day. Peace.